Hey, wonderful people, what's going on? This episode, I'm going to do something I've been wanting to do for some time now. I had this written in my to do list, and I actually have quite a few fragrance content ideas that I have written down on my notebook. But today, I felt like, let's just get it over with because I have quite a few fragrance from this one house. Definitely, I do not own everything or haven't tried everything from the house, but I'm not gonna buy or will be able to collect everything in a like very soon. So I believe if you actually have tried at least 5 or 6 fragrances, you get some idea on the house, right? So today's house is going to be Issey Miyake. I do this this sort of content a lot. If you see if you want to see any fragrance house, like mine are mostly designer house, like say you want to say Versace, Bulgari, or you want to say, I don't know, what else did I do? Maybe Armani. If you want to see, just type Versace. Let's say, for example, space Joy Amin. You'll see my whole house stock. Versace house stock or Armani house stock. You'll see that. So today I want to do Issey Miyake house because Issey Miyake is one of my favorite house, I would say, and this is a very underrated house. Kenzo, Issey Miyake, these kind of house people do not really pay that much attention to. Even houses like Givenchy, Dunhill, I believe very underrated kind of house. Lalique. So let me show you like my collection, and I'll tell you what I think about this. And I will put down individual reviews of each link below the video in description box. You can check out individually for presentation. I don't have the full presentation today. Just gonna show you the bottle and do very brief talk on each. And if you want to see in-depth reviews, you can check them out. So one of the bottles is Issey Miyake Summer, which I reviewed very briefly. Excuse me. And then I did sell it off, so I don't have that bottle today here with me. So I have about 8 fragrances here, and if I had that one, that would be 9, right? So anyway, let's do it. So my scent of the night is Bulgari Aquamarine, very beautiful summer freshie, neroli, fresh, strong, long-lasting beast mode of a fragrance. Okay, this is my scent of the night. But let's start with something similar to that, shall we? My very first encounter with Issey Miyake, of course, I saw a lot of reviews. Is the legendary that bread winner for this house, or sort of like a bread and butter for this fragrance house, is called Ludus. And you guys can see it's my little 75 ml bottle of my older batch, not the first vintage, but it's sort of like one of the older batch, like 2015 or before, because I bought it in 2015. So this fragrance, it has been reformulated several times, and I have a newer formulation as well with me. The bottle look a little bit different in terms of cap, bottle, and older one a little bit yellowish, and this one is a little bit more see-through whitish kind of frosted glass. And the caps also, they are different. If you cannot see, this used to be a little bit more matte white sort of. This is now more silvery sort of a gray, just packaging difference. Okay, but this is 120 ml, 120 or 25, 125 ml, and this is 75 ml. They come in 2 different sizes. So but in terms of smell, they actually have very minute differences because the formulation didn't change so much. So I'll tell you, Ludus is a legendary perfume. If you know Aqua di Gio, CK1, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, Purom, this is the number 4 of those frosted glass bottles that got huge hit in the market. It sold a lot of bottles, like Cool Water, Fahrenheit. This fragrance sold a lot of bottles. I was curious to see what is it all about. I bought it. I did not like it. I'll tell you why. Because this fragrance has that sharp yuzu note that is popular for, and it kind of gave me the feel of, I don't know why, cockroaches. And initially, not now, but initially when I wore it like heck of it. But then after wearing it like halfway through, then I kind of saw what they're trying to do. I understood the concept of yuzu lime. So yuzu is very sharp citrus, and it has this other lime, some florals, and it's I think many reviewers would agree with me that this is more of a cool weather daytime fragrance than the hot summer's day, but people use it in summer seasons, all right? But this is nonetheless one of the longest lasting, back in the time, the vintage, longest lasting, sharpest, most popular designer fragrance for summer, Ludus. And the newer version you can expect to be little cleaner. This one, the yuzu is not as sharp. It's a lot more kiwi like. It smells almost like kiwi. One of the flankers, the summer one, has kiwi, one of them anyway, and this smells more like lemony, less yuzu. It's still tart citrus, but sort of like orange fruits, like mandarin. You can smell the absence a lot more. So this is more cleaner. If you get a newer version, you get still fantastic performance, but this is better than, I like it better than anyway than my 2015 before that version, right? This is more modern version. So Ludus Puram is my first one. So this one has quite a lot of flankers. I have only one, two, three. I had four. Okay, Ludus flankers, and now I have three since I sold the summer. Let me show you the next one, the intensified version. This is called Ludus Puram Intense. So this is the intensified version of Ludus Puram. So what they're trying to do, trying to make it more intense, right? But no, these fragrances smell sometimes at first on the opening blast that they are almost the same juice with different names and gimmicky kind of. But I would say these fragrances on the dry down, that's where they're different from each other. This is a very, very incense based, strong, smoky. This is whole new different level. Performance on this is absolutely bonkers. Like this fragrance will last like forever. If you spray on yourself, any of these Issey Miyake, most of them, the darker ones, they have huge presence. So my brother Mikalis, I think recently he bought this or he had been owning this for some time. Hi Mikalis, how are you doing, my brother? He loves this a lot. This has some orange citrus, at the same time it has some incense darkness, and it gets a little bit woody, I think, in my opinion. So this fragrance, I would suggest you wear it for nighttime, mild cold weather, cloudy nights. If it's about to rain or it rained, or in the winter time, this is gonna be a beautiful, beautiful fragrance, but for mature noses. It's not for everybody. It's a very daring scent. So Issey Miyake Ludus Intense. Let's move on to the next one. This is my favorite. This is the most popular, one of my most popular reviews anyway, and many people love this fragrance. It's hard to find now, but it's very reasonably priced. This is called Ludus Puram, and this is called, I think, Fresh. And the fresh version, it doesn't say anywhere fresh on the bottle. You have to see and ask your seller, find you this bottle. This bottle will be a little bit different. The bottle design here, as you can see, it's different than the original Ludus. It's see-through, heavy glass, and the bottom looks like that, almost same, but the bottle will be different. And the thing is, this sprayers also a little bit different. So what you get from this, it's a lot of lemon added. It's just so fresh. It's crisp, clean. Literally, like you take like a lemon leaf and you just break it into two pieces and you rub it in your hand and you smell it. That's what you get from it. You still get mandarin, citrus, and a bit of yuzu as well. It's very sharp, but it's just so lovely. It's just amazing. I think there is another note somewhere in between. I can't remember all the notes at the same time, but it gives you sort of like a green, like terre mais salt refresh. You feel that watery aspect of the fragrance. You smell that aspect in this fragrance. So this is Ludus Puram fresh version. Very, very beautiful. It's inexpensive. You can get pretty much 40-45 bucks for 100 ml. Yeah, this comes in 100 ml, and absolutely long lasting perfume for a fresh fragrance. Check it out. Check out my review. You will get some idea. Next is a small bottle I bought a long time ago. This is a mini, but it has sprayer, and this bottle is called Sport. So Ludus Puram Sport, and I really love this bottle. I really wanted to buy it big bottle just for the bottle because of the reflective property of this. It's see-through, but it's kind of like tinting of the car. It does reflect. It looks really awesome. I really love this blue band. Sort of gives the sporty edge here, and the grip is sort of like a sporty wheel, like a car wheel, like a Ford Fiesta or something like ST, and or maybe a racket grip or something. Like it reminds me of that. It's like very nice sort of a grip. I think they are going for that. So this fragrance still has a sprayer here, cute little sprayer there. Okay, this fragrance, let me spray it once again. It has small burst. Yep, this is very, very nice too. This is very fresh. It's close to Ludus Puram fresh, but this one has some depth to it. It's very strong, and it's sometimes I do not think it's absolutely a sporty fragrance. It's more of a formal, like a kind of like a heavy fragrance. It doesn't have that light sort of feel. It's feels like it could be someone's signature scent for work. So I don't think the sporty aspect is not so much in this. I think instead of this, they could have called the fresh as a sporty version, because this is much more wearable and light. This is very heavy, and you better watch your trigger. Okay, so that's Ludus Puram Sport. Amazing fragrance too. Next, there is this two fragrances. One is the fresh version and one is the original version. This one, I call it a masterpiece. The next one, this is called Le Bleu de Say. And as you see, this is discontinued baby. Still can be had for very, very reasonable price. Very heavy metallic cap. Okay, and the bottles are a little bit different, like this. Okay, very beautiful blue bottle. I really love these bottles. And this fragrance is strong. It has aromatic properties. It has, I think, some of the most herbaceous green notes. At the same time, it has rosemary. It has a lot of herbaceous green kick with the freshness. Little bit of blue, but a lot of green. And it's not like Cartier Declaration, like as spicy, but this is pretty much a masterpiece. I tested this for 2 years before I bought it and understood the concept. You spray 2 times, that's it. Pretty good to go for 8 long hours. For a fresh fragrance on the cold weather, this is gonna cut the cold. You can go absolutely in the nature forest where there's gonna be a lot of water flowing, lake or something. This is absolutely beautiful for hiking as well. Okay, so Le Bleu d'Essai is a masterpiece for me from this line. Next is a fresh version of it. This one I bought before that one, and I really Le Bleu d'Essai, as you can see, oh fresh. This also has that beautiful heavy cap, metal cap, and the sprays are amazing. So some people said, I heard someone said this one didn't last on them. I was very surprised because I think perhaps, I don't know, whether skin chemistry or just sheer bad luck. This is one of the most beautiful fragrances. If you like YSL L'Homme, I gave it a comparison to that. If you like Arm of Niche Platinum, those kind of fragrances, it has sort of like leaning towards that, but it has its own characteristics that it still preserved from the original Le Bleu. At heart, this still has that, but this one is not as heavy or as herbaceous or green as this one. This is really daring. This is really made to love. So this fragrance, if you see Le Bleu d'Essai Eau Fresh, definitely give it a try. If you like YSL L'Homme, I think it's not same. Obviously, it has different notes breakdown, but I think this one, if you're looking for a performer, great, safe, handsome, gentlemanly fragrance for spring, summer, and kind of like you can wear this of like fall, but maybe earlier part of the day, daytime. Very beautiful romantic fragrance. Le Bleu d'Essai Eau Fresh. The next two, I got part of the darker collection. These are at first were very difficult to find. They were exclusive to, I think, certain countries, Middle Eastern country or somewhere, or Europe, that people couldn't find them readily available. And they come in very niche sort of presentation, different than this other ones which come in paper box. These fragrances, they do come in very niche sort of hard box. Okay, I'll leave the link of reviews. You can see the full presentation. But they also have Mesure line. I haven't tried Mesure. I don't know. I don't have anything from them. And they have quite a lot of other fragrances. But these last two, I am pretty happy with this Issey Miyake collection, completing my collection with these two, right? So I'm showing you this one first. L'eau de Sepurum or incense. Okay, I don't know if it's or incense or incense. This is incense bomb. I saw this, I blind bought it. I just wanted to have it alongside with its other brother, which I'll show the last. This is something. This is not for everybody. This is a niche quality juice. Even better, if you talk about niche, this is how niche fragrances smell, or they should smell. It's just heart full of goodness. If you really love spicy, I don't remember everything, incense, spices. Man, oh man, I have to spray some. I have something on this hand. This hand is kind of like oh no, I also have something there. This is purely winter fragrance, by the way. Like, this is for daring, bold fragrance lovers. Like, if you like John Verveto's Dark Rebel, if you like those kind of fragrances, but you wish they lasted longer, these fragrances last a lifetime. Absolute quality, man, oh man. If you see Sebastian Zara's review, if you do not want to watch mine, watch his take on it. He loves this fragrance. This is gonna be a blessing in winter time. You wear this when the winter hits you, you're gonna feel so warm. This is gonna be like covering with a blanket of love. And it's kind of spicy, and it will really give you that masculine edge. If you like Bulgari Man in Black, if you like those kind of fragrances, this is kind of like a big daddy of those, right? But amazing incense note in this. Amazing incense quality, and the other notes, whatever you smell, is just great, right? So, Le Disse Puro or incense. Last but not least, this is one of my most beloved fragrances in my whole collection. I have had collected, I think, more than 1,000 fragrances. I sold off a lot. I still am remained with quite a few. And in my journey, I love my fragrances equally. Do not make mistake. I love them equally. They are like my babies. But sometimes, you need to end a journey with sometimes fragrances. But I pass it to people who actually treasure them. But this is one fragrance I'll never trade. I'll never sell. I'll use it all by myself. I'll buy another bottle if I run out of this. These are a little bit more pricey. And this is called Ludus, and this is Noir Ombre, the sexiest looking bottle in this lineup. I want to say something really intense, but I'm just holding myself back. If you check my review on this, you see my enthusiasm. I gave it perfect 10. I think I gave it 15 out of 10 because I love the note of amber in this. This is so good. This is perfection. You cannot make a fragrance better than this blend. Okay, this is a cold weather fragrance. If you like, let me try to remember if I can remember some. If you like Grand Soir, if you like By the Fireplace, if you like Armani Stronger With You, if you do enjoy what's the other one, this one Banana Republic, no, not banana, the orange bottle, I have it somewhere. If you like those, it's kind of like same ballpark as those, and it's even better than many of them. What I really smell, I don't really care. It's just even PDM, Parfum de Marly, if you like Layton, if you like what's the other one, not Wajan, it's Herod. If you like those fragrances, this is easily a safe blind buy for you. If it just fits right in that family of, like, it's like a how to say, royalty of family. It's like all knights, kings, and prince. They are like, it's like part of this one family. You cannot put this under ordinary fragrance list. This is something special, right? It's a carnival in a bottle. It's just so good. But if you do not enjoy the note of amber, if you do not enjoy the other fragrance that I mentioned, some kind of warm, kind of spicy, maybe perhaps you can like walk away from it, perhaps not pay the top dollar for it, but it's worth, if you ask me, for value. If you know my taste, this is a masterpiece. Among the whole line, this is my most favorite. Very second, close second would be Le Bleu d'Essai. And if you ask me what's my third one, most favorite, I would say this one, current times, L'eau d'Essai Purom fresh, or fresh version. So these are my top three. I'll show you one last time. Hopefully I can hold them. The center, L'eau d'Essai Purom Noir Ombre is my number one. Le Bleu d'Essai, this is my number two, and L'eau d'Essai Purom fresh is my number three. Rest are all great too, but those are just my preferences. So check out this house. Lot more other fragrances. You cannot actually basically get a bad Issey Miyake. You hardly get one. They're all safe, built to love, easy to wear. Women's side, they have a lot of goodies, but this house is, you have to give it a little bit more love, guys. Okay, so check it out. Try to buy them from discounters. Do not pay retail for them. I would request you, last request. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.